Dreams, they start as a whisper, soft, fragile, easy to ignore, but impossible to erase. Every life changes the moment a person remembers why they started. Because a dream forgotten is a life on pause, but a dream remembered, that's the beginning of a revolution. See, your dream chose you. It didn't show up by accident. It wasn't a coincidence. It was placed in your heart as a reminder that you're meant for more. But here's the challenge. Life is busy, life is loud, and life has a way of making us forget the very thing that once set our soul on fire. So today, I want you to pause, take a breath, and remember the vision you once carried like it was oxygen. Remember the dream that kept you awake at night, not because it scared you, but because it called you. Success begins the moment you say, I refuse to forget what I was created to pursue. Your dream is not a luxury. It's a responsibility. And if you don't honor it, life will feel heavy, confusing, and incomplete. So today, let this be your wake-up call, your reminder, your turning point. The promise of the future is an awesome force. And when you remember your dream, the future begins to pull you forward again. You know, I've discovered something over the years, something simple, something quiet, but something that shapes the destiny of almost every human being. Most people don't fail because they lack talent, or because they lack opportunity, or even because they lack intelligence. Most people fail for a far simpler reason. They forget their dream. And when you forget your dream, you forget your direction. You forget your purpose. And eventually, you forget yourself. See, life has a way of slowly stealing the dream you once guarded with your whole heart. Not all at once. Not with one big tragedy, but little by little, day by day, quietly, softly, until you wake up one morning and realize the fire you once had has turned into a memory. And the saddest part, you didn't even notice it happening. You remember when you were younger, you had a spark, a hunger, a picture in your mind of the life you wanted to live. It didn't matter how impossible it looked. You believed it anyway. You said, one day I'm going to build something. One day I'm going to make something of myself. One day I'm going to change my life. And you meant it, every word, because the dream was alive. It was loud. It was burning. But then life stepped in. Bills showed up. Responsibilities piled up. People doubted you. Failures discouraged you. And slowly, quietly, you traded your dream for survival. You traded passion for routine. You traded desire for comfort. You didn't quit your dream. Not openly. Not dramatically. You simply got too busy to remember it. Life is not designed to give you what you need. Life gives you what you deserve. And what you deserve is determined by what you pursue, what you fight for, what you hold on to. But if you forget your dream, you stop pursuing. If you stop pursuing, you stop growing. And when you stop growing, you start dying. Not on the outside, but on the inside. You know what's interesting? Life will always test the sincerity of your dream. It'll ask you, do you really want this? Do you really believe in this? Are you willing to pay the price? And if your dream isn't strong, if it isn't clear, if it isn't written down, spoken out, or remembered daily, life will take it from you. Not because life is cruel, but because life is demanding. Dreams require attention. Dreams require nourishment. Dreams require protection, just like a seed. You plant it, you water it, you guard it, you nurture it. But if you bury a seed and never visit it again, never water it, never expose it to sunlight, don't be surprised when nothing grows. Some people say, life got in my way. But the truth is, life didn't get in the way. You just stopped remembering what you were fighting for. Listen, your dream can survive struggle. It can survive failure. It can survive disappointment. It can survive being misunderstood. It can survive every storm life throws at you. But what it cannot survive is being forgotten. The moment you forget your dream, your energy drops, your passion fades, Your discipline disappears. Your purpose dissolves. Suddenly, you're living on autopilot, going through the motions, waking up without excitement, working without drive, ending each day feeling like something is missing, because something is missing, the dream. Your dream is the compass that gives your life direction. Remove the compass, and you wander. And nothing is more exhausting than wandering. Let me tell you something powerful. The dream you forgot is still alive. It may be buried. It may be quiet. It may be wrapped in dust and delay, but it's alive, and it has been waiting, patiently, silently, for you to return. Because your dream never gave up on you. You just stopped visiting it. But the moment you remember, the moment you bring it back into focus, something extraordinary happens. Your energy returns. Your confidence returns. Your hunger returns. Your identity returns. You start to feel like yourself again. The major reason for setting a goal is what it makes of you to accomplish it. When you forget your dream, you forget the person you were meant to become. But when you remember your dream, you remember your future. You remember your promise. You remember your potential. Today is your reminder. Today is your wake-up call. Today is your invitation to go back to the dream you left behind and say, I remember you. I still want you. And this time, I won't let life steal you from me again. Because the moment you remember your dream, your journey begins again. There comes a moment in every life when you must stop, take a breath, and look inward. A moment when you say, wait, what did I once want? What did I once dream? What was the picture I carried in my heart? Before the world told me to be realistic. Because before the responsibilities, before the disappointment, before the noise of the world began to drown out your spirit, you had a vision. You saw something bigger than your situation, something brighter than your circumstances, something so powerful it made you forget your fears. You didn't care about the odds. You didn't care about the obstacles. You didn't even care how long it would take. Why? Because the vision was alive. It pulled you. It energized you. It breathed life into everything you touched. If the promise is clear, the price is easy. But for the promise to be clear, you must first remember it. You see, the mind is an interesting place. It stores memories, but it also stores potential. It stores the things you've done, but also the things you were meant to do. And sometimes the greatest act of courage is simply returning to the dream you abandoned too early. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you allowed yourself to dream? Without limitation? Without fear? Without worrying about what others might think? When was the last time you closed your eyes and saw the life you were meant to build? Not the life you settled for. Not the life you ended up with by accident, but the life you chose before life talked you out of it. You know what reawakens a dream? Clarity. Clarity of purpose. Clarity of desire. Clarity of intention. Most people don't lack the ability to achieve their dream. They lack the clarity to see it. Look around you. Everyone is busy. Everyone is hustling. Everyone is running. But running where? Toward what? For what purpose? Speed doesn't matter. If you're headed in the wrong direction, awakening the vision means slowing down long enough to reconnect with the future you once imagined. Let me tell you something important. Your dream didn't die. It was simply buried under years of distraction, and clarity is the shovel that brings it back into the light. Here's how you awaken it. 1. You sit quietly with yourself, not with your phone, not with your worries, just with yourself. Because the voice of your dream is a whisper, and you can't hear a whisper in a noisy room. 2. You ask the hard questions. What do I want? Why do I want it? What kind of person would I become if I achieved it? You have to know where you are and where you want to go. Most people know where they are, but they forgot where they wanted to go. 3. You bring the picture back to life. You write it. You speak it. You imagine it. You hold it in your mind until it feels real again. Because imagination is the architect of your future. Some people think imagination is childish, but let me tell you, nothing great was ever built without someone first imagining it. And once you see the picture clearly, once the vision awakens again, everything changes. Your attitude changes. Your energy rises. Your decisions sharpen. Your discipline returns. You stop drifting and start steering. You begin to move with intention, and intention is powerful. Without a dream, you wander. With a dream, you walk with purpose. And with a clear dream, you run. Let me remind you of something profound. Your dream is not just a desire. It's a message, a calling, a blueprint for the person you are capable of becoming. You didn't imagine your dream randomly. You imagined it because some part of you already knows you can become the person who achieves it. So when you awaken the vision, you're not just remembering what you wanted. You're remembering who you were meant to be. Take a moment and imagine it again. The goals you once wanted to achieve, the lifestyle you once dreamed of living, the contribution you once dreamed of making, the person you once dreamed of becoming. Let it rise. Let it breathe. Let it come back. Because the future does not belong to the strongest or the fastest or the luckiest. It belongs to the person who remembers their dream long enough to pursue it. The promise of the future is an awesome force, but that force only works when you remember the promise. Awaken the vision, see it again, feel it again, believe it again, because the moment the dream becomes clear, the journey begins with certainty. And once you awaken what you wanted, life begins to open doors you once thought were locked. There comes a time after the vision awakens when you must face the truth that every dream has a cost, a real cost, a painful cost, a price that only the committed are willing to pay. Every life form strives to its full potential, except human beings. We're the only ones who have the dignity of choice. And that choice shows up here, in the space between your dream and the discipline required to achieve it. See, inspiration will start your engine. Vision will point the direction. But discipline is what carries you up the mountain, because every dream, every meaningful dream, demands discipline. Not once, not twice, but daily, consistently, quietly, when no one is clapping, when no one is watching, when the excitement has faded and only responsibility remains. And here's the truth few people want to hear. If the dream is big, the price is big. If the dream is small, the price is small. If the dream is nothing, well, the price is nothing. The question is never, is the dream possible? The real question is, are you willing to pay what it costs? Because the universe, life, God, whatever you choose to call it, will give you what you want after it sees what you're willing to give. Now listen closely. Discipline is not punishment. It's not suffering. It's not torture. Discipline is a bridge that takes you from where you are to who you want to become. Without discipline, you stay where life placed you. With discipline, you rise to where your dream calls you. Discipline weighs ounces. Regret weighs tons. So the question is, do you want the light weight of daily discipline or the heavy weight of lifelong regret? Because regret is the final price you pay for the dream you refuse to pursue. Let me remind you, your dream is going to test you. It will ask for early mornings, late nights, sacrifice, consistency, courage, and above all, faith. Faith is the fuel of discipline. Without faith, discipline feels meaningless. With faith, discipline feels necessary. Faith is what whispers, keep going. You can't see it yet, but something is happening, because success rarely shows up while you're doing the work. It shows up when the work is done. See, discipline is what you do with your hands. Faith is what you hold in your heart. And when you combine the two, your dream becomes inevitable. Let me give you a simple formula. Discipline equals preparation. Faith equals expectation. Preparation plus expectation equals transformation. The dream changes you. It gives you new habits, new standards, new behaviors, new identity. And every step you take with discipline is a vote for the person you're becoming. Remember this, the dream demands progress, not perfection. You don't have to be extraordinary to start, but you do have to start to become extraordinary. Discipline is showing up even when you don't feel like it. Faith is believing that showing up matters. Let me tell you what destroys more dreams than anything else. Inconsistency, the lack of daily effort, the lack of daily commitment, the lack of daily belief. People stop too soon. They quit too early. They give up before the miracle happens. And here's why. They underestimate the price and overestimate their willingness to pay it. But you are not going to be that person. Not anymore. Because the moment you awakened your vision, you also awakened the responsibility to protect it. Think of a dream as a delicate flame. It can light up your entire life, but only if you protect it from the winds of doubt, delay, and discouragement. Discipline protects the flame. Faith fuels the flame, and your daily actions keep it burning. Every great success story is a story of someone who kept going long after the excitement disappeared. That's the price, and it's worth every drop. You cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. This is what discipline does. It changes your direction. It puts you back on the path toward the dream you remembered. So let me ask you, what are you willing to give? What habits will you adopt? What distractions will you remove? What excuses will you eliminate? Because if the vision is clear, if the dream has awakened, then your next step is to prove through discipline and faith that you deserve it. The dream is watching. Life is watching. And so is the person you're becoming. Show them that you're ready. Show them that you're committed. Show them that the price is not too high. Because the moment you embrace discipline and walk with unwavering faith, the dream will begin to move toward you just as much as you move toward it. And soon, you will realize something powerful. You were never chasing the dream. You were becoming the person who could receive it. There's a truth every dreamer must face. Once you awaken the dream, once you commit to the discipline, life will not step aside and let you walk through untouched. No, life will test you, and it won't test you gently. It won't test you softly. It won't test you conveniently. It will test you in ways that challenge your patience, your confidence, your resilience, your character. Why? Because every dream must be earned. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. And the way you become better is by facing the challenges that shape, sharpen, and strengthen you. See, obstacles don't come to stop you. They come to prepare you. They come to reveal what's still weak, what still needs work, what still needs growth. Because the dream you want requires a stronger version of you than the one you are now. Think about it. If the dream were handed to you today, exactly as you imagined it, would you have the discipline to keep it? The maturity to handle it? The wisdom to sustain it? Most people wouldn't. And that's why challenges show up, to sculpt you into the person who can hold the blessing without breaking. Let's talk about these challenges. 1. The challenge of delay. This is the first and most painful test. You work. You show up. You stay consistent. And still, nothing happens. No results. No progress. No breakthrough. And you begin to wonder, is this even working? Is there any point to this? But delay is not denial. Delay is development. When results don't show up outside, something is being built inside. Patience, discipline, belief. For things to change, you must change. And change takes time. Delay is life's way of saying, grow a little more, strengthen a little more, prepare a little more. Because when the dream finally arrives, it will require the strength you gained during the waiting. 2. The challenge of doubt. There will be days when everything inside you questions whether you are capable, whether you are worthy, whether you are enough. That's normal. Doubt is part of the path, but doubt is also a mirror. It reflects the parts of you that still need confidence. You don't eliminate doubt by running from it. You eliminate doubt by proving it wrong through action. Every time you act with discipline, every time you show up despite fear, every time you take one more step, doubt loses power. Because belief is not something you find. Belief is something you build. And every challenge is an invitation to build it stronger. 3. The challenge of disappointment. Not everything will go your way. Plans will fail. People will leave. Opportunities will collapse. Things you were sure about will break apart. And in those moments, you will face a powerful temptation, the temptation to quit. But here's the truth. Disappointment is a test of loyalty, a test of whether your commitment is based on convenience or conviction. We must all suffer one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Disappointment is painful, but regret is worse. So when disappointment hits, don't walk away. Grow through it. Let it strengthen your resolve. Because disappointment doesn't weaken real dreamers. It sharpens them. 4. The challenge of distractions. Every dream has enemies. Doubt is one. Fear is another. But the most dangerous enemy is distraction. Not because distractions are powerful, but because they are subtle. They steal your time without you noticing. They steal your energy without your permission. They steal your focus without making noise. Life will always offer you an easier path, a softer path, a path with no resistance. But remember this, the path of least resistance leads straight to average, and average is the cemetery where dreams go to die. Use discipline to protect your focus. Use faith to protect your momentum. Use clarity to protect your direction. 5. The challenge of pressure. Pressure is uncomfortable. It pushes you. It stretches you. It demands more than you feel ready to give. But pressure is also a sign that you're close. No one feels pressure at the beginning. Pressure shows up when you are on the edge of a breakthrough. Pressure is proof that you're growing beyond your old limits. Pressure is evidence that you are rising into new levels. Diamonds don't form without pressure, and neither will your dream. Now listen carefully. Every struggle you face is building a version of you that your dream requires. The disappointment is building emotional strength. The delay is building patience. The doubt is building belief. The distraction is building discipline. The pressure is building character. Challenges don't come to stop you. They come to prepare you. And when you understand that, when you embrace the challenges, instead of resisting them, you unlock a powerful truth. The struggle is not your enemy. The struggle is your advantage, because everything you are going through is shaping you for everything you prayed to receive. We must all be students of adversity. Why? Because adversity is the classroom where strength, wisdom, and resilience are created. So don't run from the challenges. Don't fear the storms. Don't resist the struggle. Turn it into strength. Turn it into wisdom. Turn it into fuel. Because when you finally reach the dream, when the results arrive, when the doors open, when the breakthrough comes, you won't just feel proud of what you achieved. You'll feel proud of who you became on the way there. There comes a moment after the discipline, after the struggle, after the battles with delay, doubt, and disappointment, when something shifts inside you. A moment when the dream is no longer just a picture in your mind, but a fire in your spirit. A moment when you stop asking, "Can I do this?" and start saying, "I was born to do this." That moment is the return to your future. Not the future society planned for you. Not the future fear tried to hand you. Not the future you almost settled for. But the future you dreamed of before the world told you to be realistic. A future shaped by intention, strengthened by discipline, and protected by belief. The major value in life is not what you get. The major value is what you become. And when you become the person who remembers their dream, everything changes. You walk differently. You speak differently. You decide differently. You live differently. Because once you remember your dream, you no longer move as the old you. You move as the future you. Most people drift. They wake up without a mission. They move without direction. They act without intention. But not you. Not anymore. When you remember your dream, you develop a purpose that guides your steps. Purpose is powerful. Purpose gives meaning to discipline. Purpose gives context to struggle. Purpose makes each day valuable. Without purpose, life feels empty. With purpose, life feels exciting again. Purpose turns every morning into an invitation to grow, to contribute, to build, to move closer to the person you were destined to be. This is what returning to your future feels like. Every day matters again. When you remember your dream, your standards rise automatically. You tolerate less negativity. You accept fewer excuses. You avoid energy drainers. You reject anything that doesn't align with where you're going, because the person with a dream cannot live at the level of average. Average is too small for someone who remembers their future. You cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. Your direction shifts. The moment your standards shift, you stop saying, I hope things get better. And you start saying, I'm going to get better. Your habits rise. Your discipline strengthens. Your decisions sharpen. Your environment improves. Because when the dream is alive, you don't live casually. You live consciously. Returning to your future isn't comfortable. It isn't easy. It isn't meant to be. It requires courage. The courage to act without guarantees, to move without permission, to try without assurance, to keep going without applause. But courage grows each time. You take a step in the direction of your dream. Courage grows when you do the difficult thing. Courage grows when you keep your promises to yourself. Courage grows when you show up, despite the fear, despite the doubt, despite the pressure. And eventually, courage becomes a lifestyle, a way of living, a part of your identity. The person who remembers their dream walks into the future with confidence, not because it's easy, but because they've been tested and they've survived. Here's something beautiful. When you return to your future, you stop thinking only about yourself. You begin thinking about who you can inspire, who you can help, who you can lift, who you can serve, because nothing expands your soul like contributing to the lives of others. Dreams are not just personal, they're transformational. They give you the strength to pull someone else up. And the more you grow, the more you want to give. What you give becomes an investment in your future. Your dream is not just for you. It's for every person who will be touched by the life you build. Now, let me tell you something powerful. You don't need to wait for the dream to arrive, to start living like the person who achieves it. You can begin today. The future you wakes up with intention. So start today. The future you disciplines their mind. So start today. The future you takes bold action. So start today. The future you is focused, driven, purposeful, clear, and committed. And the fastest way to reach your dream is to start behaving like the person who already achieved it. Because identity shapes destiny. And when your actions match your vision, the universe aligns to support you. This is the return to your future. Not a destination, but a transformation. You become the person your dream was waiting for. You become the version of yourself your younger self hoped you'd become. You become someone who remembers their dream. Every day, in every decision, with every step. And soon, the dream that once felt far away starts to feel closer. And then it becomes real, not by accident, not by luck, but by choice, by discipline, by faith, by endurance, by courage, by remembering. So today, stand tall, breathe deeply, lift your head, and return to your future, because everything you want, everything you were created for, is waiting on the other side of one powerful decision to remember your dream and live as the person who is destined to achieve it. My friends, before you leave this moment, before you step back into the noise of the world, let me remind you of something simple, yet life-changing. You were designed to dream. You were designed to build. You were designed to become. Somewhere in your heart, somewhere beneath the stress, the deadlines, the failures, the doubt, there is still a spark, a whisper, a reminder of the life you once said you wanted. And tonight, we called it back. Because the greatest tragedy is not failing. The greatest tragedy is forgetting. Forgetting that you were meant for more. Forgetting the promise you made to yourself. Forgetting that inside you right now lives a person capable of extraordinary things. The major value in life is not what you get. The major value is what you become. And becoming begins with remembering. So remember the dream. Remember the reason. Remember the moment you said, I'm going to change my life. Remember the fire you felt when you first believed. Because dreams don't age. Dreams don't expire. They wait, quietly, patiently, hoping you will return to them with more strength, more wisdom, more hunger than ever before. And now you can. You've faced the truth of why dreams fade. You've awakened the vision you once buried. You've understood the price, discipline, faith, commitment. You've learned the power of challenges, the ones that strengthen you, refine you, prepare you, and you've stepped into the identity of someone who remembers, who believes, who builds. So take one last slow breath and say to yourself, my dream still matters. My dream is still alive. And I am still the one who can build it, because you are. Walk forward with clarity. Walk forward with purpose. Walk forward with discipline. Walk forward with the confidence of someone who knows exactly where they're going. The future is not a mystery. The future is not luck. The future is not magic. The future is choice. And today, you choose to remember. This is your time. This is your season. This is the return to your dream. Now go make it real.